Welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. In the last part, we had a bit of a scare during the winter when we lost nearly 1,000 population, and hopefully that population will recover. I think we're on our way back. You can see the happiness is improving. Now, what I want to do in this part is focus very much on Portsmouth here, because we've got a very big building project to do here. But before that, a very big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys just give me so much to think about. Before I talk about some of the comments that have been posted, just want to talk a little bit about the Community 13 update, which came out yesterday. This is an interesting update because what the devs have introduced is renewable energy in the sense of wind power and solar power. It's quite interesting that they say that you won't get large amounts of energy from this. Now, I know some people might feel, well, that doesn't really fit into the socialist theme, but there is a long history of people using wind power. It goes back over 1,000 years. So I think there is a long tradition, and as long as they get the power output right, I think that could work, because one way that you could use wind power or solar power, depending on how it works, is for small communities. So rather than running power lines over long distances and trying to connect them up or building power stations, you might be able to, we should be able to build small towns and villages that have their own self-sustaining power supply, and I think that could be quite an interesting concept to explore when the update comes out. And that was all that was really in the community update, but at the final paragraph there was a bit of a hint from the devs about there might be something special within this update, but they're not going to tell us. So hopefully there will be something in the update that will bring it alive and present us with even more challenges than we've already got. So moving on, let me just talk a little bit about some of your comments you posted. And probably the biggest one was that I was asked a couple of times about why am I running such a surplus. I'll just let the game start to run forward now. The reason for carrying a surplus is twofold. Firstly, I like to carry a fairly healthy surplus when I'm only running on one town. It's partly because, well, it's a spin-off from what happened in the previous video. If the population starts to collapse, and you've suddenly got to start bringing in new residents. If you come in here, you actually see, you start bringing these in, recruiting these in. We'll fill up anyway. Okay, so I can find I mean, the population has come back really quickly here. Wow, it's very quickly how we got here. But if you come in here, you will see that if you start bringing in 5 immigrants at 10,000 a pop, it doesn't take long, especially if you're facing an almost total collapse of your economy. And the other reason is a bit more related to this Let's Play, and that is this: what I want is a big war chest, because we've got a lot of industry to build out here. We've got docks to build, we've got a whole oil refinery complex, and possibly even a chemical industry. And of course, we've got a big steel mill up here. Of course, we'll have the corresponding mechanical components factory attached to it. And not only have we got to pay for the steel to build all this, but we're also going to need to be able to import the iron and coal, because we're going to use ships to bring it in to start with from the outside. So we're going to have to be able to pay for all those imports as well, you know, because we have 3 big imports, which will be predominantly coal, iron and oil. And I can assure you, if we have to buy a couple of ships, which I probably will do once this is built up, that will disappear incredibly quickly, because ships are very expensive. Anyway, moving on, I did get a question about the passenger port here and bringing in tourists, and I'm going to be completely honest, this is going to be very much an experiment, and the suggestion was that I use trains to move people up to the tourist area here, but I'm not totally convinced the train is really justified, because I mean, the distance is so short. I think with the fact we got asphalt roads through here, we could probably do it with buses. But the key is going to be is whether, if we put in, or you might as well put the bus station in actually while I'm looking at it. Put a small bus platform in here. Like, so maybe just there. I'm hoping that if passengers arrive by ship and then break their journey, that will reset the journey clock, because I know it can happen. So that's the next thing. Somebody else also asked me about why I use multiple small food shops over opposed to a large central supermarket. Now, to be honest, up until the seasons update, that's exactly what I used to do, is put in a big central supermarket to service the whole town. But since the seasons update and the fact that you can get risk to supplies, I've found that if you have the smaller supermarkets spread round a town, what happens is if you get a failure to delivery to, say, this one, what you've got is the opportunity for the other one to at least protect some of the population. This is the reason why I like the distributed shops, even if they are technically overlapping. Because if I show you here, you'll see that that comes up to that shop there, and that one comes up there. And I think that overlap is quite important. Although I will admit these are probably a little bit closer than I was hoping for. I will talk a little bit about the way I'm going to lay out the shops as like when I lay out Portsmouth here. Now, another question I had was to do with this supply crew and what is the purpose of it. Well, now the supply crews serve two roles. One, it allows you to prepare a construction site, especially a large construction site, by putting all the base materials in. I don't think I've actually got anything completely new here. I think all this is currently under construction at the moment. What I'm basically doing at the moment is trying to let the construction offices catch up, because I've got a major project I need to do in there. Yeah, I think we've got virtually everything now is built, so I think my construction offices must be running out of work actually. Yeah, I mean, they're just doing odds and ends at the moment. But say, for example, you do put down, well, let's just put down a building, just an example. And what I want to do is put a shop in up here. We're going to put a small store in this area. We're going to put a small shopping centre. What am I on about? Store. And what I'd like to do is put the shopping centre. So, actually, I wouldn't mind it on this side, but then it would have to go that side, won't it? We're going to put a small shopping centre there. And what you can do, see, you've got this here, and this needs 20 tons of concrete and 15 tons of gravel. So what you can do is assign this to the supply crew. I can actually find its thing. And what I can't do it because the road hasn't been built. Anyway, that's the idea. You allocate it to here, and then the supply crew fills up that initial load of concrete, gravel, and asphalt, and that has the dual role of stopping the construction office putting workers in here, and also that prepares this for the long-term work that needs to be done. And the other reason for using the supply crew is down here, that if you've got a really big project like this, having a supply crew, they can bring in the prefabs and steel and other items, so effectively make sure that you get plenty of materials flowing in. And probably another example would be up here. Say, for example, up here you've got a road pushing out this way, especially a fairly long road like this. In fact, I could probably make this, I want to asphalt this anyway, so. And then what you can do is assign the supply crew to this, and what you can see here, this needs 100 tons of asphalt. So what you can do, well, if you were building it from scratch, it'd probably be 100 tons of gravel. So you can get all the gravel delivered out here, and then as the road's being laid, you get a steady supply of dumpers coming up here to deliver to the road. Actually, is this finished? No, it's not finished yet. Sorry, so I'm flashing everywhere. I think that covers most of your comments. I say I do appreciate what you when you put it in there. I know some of you may feel that I might get a bit upset about what you're saying, but I'll be completely honest. I've got no problems with people pointing out my failings and also making suggestions and telling me I'm wrong. So you can see here that the distance from there to there is 241, and if I measure the distance from here to here is 237. So that shop is on the outside. What I'm going to do this time to here is actually put the I'm going to put the shopping centre. Let's see. I mean, it should be that side really, shouldn't it? But I think we could put it just in there. I want to leave enough space for footpaths because this is going to be a planned community. And of course, what we're going to do is come in the storage. Put a small warehouse out that side like that. And we'll put another one on this side like that. And I think I will put in a meat. Do I need a meat store? I think I'm going to leave the meat store for the moment because I'm not sure I'm going to actually need it out here. Although I could put it on one because we got a distribution going that way. I think I'm going to leave it because I was meaning to look in the workshop to see whether I could get a small meat store. I think somebody mentioned that in the comments. Now the big project is going to be out here. You can see I've already started to lay out the beginnings of a farm, and what I'm waiting for is this road to be built out here. It's quite a long road, so it's going to take a little while to get here. Actually, it's this. Yeah, the supply crew's on this one. This is an example of what I was just been talking about, is by having the gravel being delivered all the time. So you can see we've still got 166 tons of gravel to come. We better push this road out here, because what I want to do is get this farm built before March 1969. So we're going to need to get out this area here. The reason I put these fields in is I wasn't sure where I wanted to bring the road in. So I started there and I put in the fields so that I could get an equal spacing. If I show you the wireframe, you see the terrain drops off a little bit here. But there's not much else we can do there. So I think while the game is catching up, what I want to do now is see here. I'm trying to. What I want is these jobs to be caught up and finished, because this is the fact this hasn't got long to go. It's actually on the slope now. It just needs a workforce in here, and I really would like to get this dam finished in this part as well. In fact, we're just going to speed the game up a little bit now. Now, another thing I've been thinking about is, again, it's based on your comments about the railway. Now, I want to build the railway, and I want to look at something over here, which is, oh, I need to build that as well. Put the road crew on it as well, just to support. I was looking here because what I want to do is build the rail construction office down about here, and then I want to bring the in building the tracks here, and I can get up to here. Now the problem is this track here, because I don't want to build a rail construction office up here. So I'm kind of been looking at this area here, and I'm wondering whether I could put in something here. I mean, we're going to do it with the basic track, because this is only going to exist for the length of time it's going to take me to come in like that. Actually, no. Yeah, once the track's been built, and then I'm going to take this stuff away. That's a bit too close. That's no good, is it? No, it's going to have to be like that, isn't it? And then can you? It's not going to do it, is it? Am I being a bit too? I think I'm just being a bit. I mean, laying track is always a pain in the neck. Let me see if I can come in. Let's see if I can do it this way round. So I've put in you like that. I can. That'll do. And then we can run that track round to there. Track round to there. So this track can lay in and build this little bit here. This track can come round here. The only trouble is we're going to need to make this potentially two-way, aren't we? So if I do that, I know it looks awful, but once this track's built, we'll delete all this out and make it tidy again. What that means is I can run the track round here, and then we can run up through here and actually do it. So really and truthfully, I need to start thinking about building these as well. I don't want to overload my construction offices. We've got a new construction office here, which could be helpful. This is going to be the Portsmouth South construction. First thing we're going to need to do is set you up as workers there. Move down to gravel, asphalt, concrete. Steel will pick up from here, and along with bricks and prefab panels, boards. Of course, the mech components are going to have to come over from here. Like that. So we've now got a crew here. Begin with, this is going to be a little bit of a hybrid crew, but I really would like it to focus very much on building as opposed to laying roads. We'll start with 4 dumpers. We don't want bulldozers. We get a couple of excavators. In fact, I'm gonna like that, and certainly gonna need a couple of about 3 concrete mixers. Of course, we're gonna need a couple of covered holes. I'm getting reluctant to use these really big ones, but I suppose we should do. But he's only 62 miles an hour. I'd rather the kilometers. I mean, I'd really like to see some small, lightweight ones, but we don't really have a top speed. All the really small ones. I mean, mainly covered holes deliver electronic components and all that. I mean, if this could carry, say, about, I mean, this carries 2.3 tons of mechanical components, but 90 kilometers an hour. I think we're going to get a couple of those just to see if they work better. Of course, the open holes are a different proposition. We're going to get about 3 of those, and then I want at least 1 tower crane and a road crane. 14 tons, 7 tons, 8 tons. I'm not sure whether this makes a difference, but we'll give it a go. And of course, he's probably got his auto detect on, yeah. We'll take out the harbour and the ship dock. Don't want that. I want to leave the... Where's the fire station? We've got high voltage, we've got transformers and all that in there, yes. Okay. Oh, this is where we're building the fire station here. We'll leave that on there for the moment. We've got a shop in here. Now this is going to be the commercial business section area here. So what I want to do here is I'm going to put in a, well, I want a hospital in the center here. I think we'll put it all on this side again. I want to be able to get the footpaths in. In fact, I'm very tempted to just go like straight up like that on each side. I know I'll probably have to break them to get in the roads, but I think if we got a couple of good footpaths running up alongside the road like that. Equipment for citizens. Certainly got the hospital about there. And I want a city hall. Maybe we'll have a city hall on this side. Actually, let's put the city hall opposite like that. I want to be able to keep an eye on what's going on in Portsmouth. Wasn't too worried about Gosport, but Portsmouth I certainly want to keep an eye on things. So we've got a city hall, we've got a hospital, which is going to be for big time. Do I want entertainment in the centre? I don't want education. I wouldn't mind it. University. Let's go for a university. More downtown university. This is 25. This is 25. I was kind of hoping. I think this is a medical centre, is it? University of Technology. Wow. I think that might be a bit too powerful. I mean, it looks great actually, but it's better than the default one. I must admit, I don't really like the default university. If I can't even find it because it's so long since I've actually looked at it. It's actually in education, isn't it? Where is it? That's tourism, education. See, these are just so big for what they are. I mean, we could put this in, I suppose. I just don't like them. I mean, they're big buildings, but you can see it just dominates the whole town. I could use my standard old-time favourite, I suppose. I just fancy doing something different. It says this is a university. It's actually got less workers in it. 20, 25. Actually, this one looks a bit different. What is this? This is a medical university. Again, I've never been too sure what the difference is. I think maybe we'll just go with something that looks a little bit lightweight. I mean, No, sorry. All that prevarication, I'm still back to... Yeah, like that. We're just going to put this university there. So we got the university there. I wouldn't mind some entertainment or something. What have we got in the way of culture? Not cinema, isn't it? This is 5 workers. I wouldn't mind something a little bit bigger. Telephone booth. Rotunda Theatre. What's that? Oh, this looks interesting. I don't ever recall building this. Zoom in. Yeah, I actually quite like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put footpath up there a little bit. And I think we'll just push this in here and take you into there, take you into there. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And I think we'll just tuck the theatre into here like that. So that gives me the hospital, a university and all this. Now I know some of you will be scratching your head and saying, well, where's the bus station? Well, the normal configuration for a town is to have the bus station in the centre. But with Portsmouth, now bear in mind I'm planning a lot of industry here. What I'm kind of thinking is that I want the bus stations to be on the periphery. So what I would like is to have, I mean, I wouldn't mind a bus station down here. I mean, there's a good chance we're going to bring a road out this way. So what I'm going to do is put a small bus platform, say, in about here. Actually, can we put it on that side? I think we might, actually, we just put a little stub road in like that. Because you can almost guarantee that there's going to be a road out of here because this is the crossroads. So. And what I'd like is a bus stop just about there. And I think if I put a bus stop about there, and then I want, and oh, this is in a little bit close, isn't it? Actually, I think I might leave this open as well because we might. I'm not. Then I think we're going to put a small. We'll put a small bus stop right opposite the. There. And what this bus pickup will be for the heating plant here. We got that in there. And then, of course, the next thing we want is education. And again, what I want to do is put the schools out a little bit like that. Just square this up. We'll put a school out here like that. And actually we can get a school into this corner. So I'm inclined to put the school on this corner like that. Now we're going to have the famous kindergartens. Now I could put in a really big kindergarten. I actually quite like these really tiny ones. I'm getting a bit hooked on those, but they're not really appropriate for this city. Playgrounds. It's got 15. What's the default for 10? I think I must strike a compromise with this one. This actually fits well because it's got footpaths. Maybe if I put a small kindergarten there. Of course, eventually we'll have a kindergarten out here as well. But what I'm building at the moment is the structure. I can do that without leaving enough space for the road to come in there. Put a kindergarten there. We've now got our main structure. I now haven't got sport and culture in, but that will come with time. Let me just keep an eye on this road here. How are you waiting for? You're waiting for asphalt. Have I got a problem with asphalt? Let's close that off again. Get rid of you. Okay, have I got other messages? We've got a track constructor. Okay. How's my dam going? I'd really love to... Oh, look, it's pushing forward. Okay, you're waiting for steel. Steel's the big issue. Actually, just check something. Where are you? Sources without prefab panels. Where are your sources? Oh, bit of a fail here. You're meant to be on there. And I want you on there, because what's probably happening is all the prefab panels have probably been stolen by the construction crew. So yeah, it's going to be a long haul over to get the prefab panels, but they will be in the right direction because the Gosport Road crew will be working over here. Oh, something I did forget to mention is this hotel is now open. It's got no alcohol. What's up with the alcohol production? It says we got 17 tons of alcohol. Why are you not having alcohol delivered? You should be have alcohol delivered from here. Let me see. Okay. Let me just set this. I think it might be a problem because I don't think no, you've got meat delivery, so I don't think this meat delivery is actually working. Why aren't you getting alcohol? I mean, the other hotel's getting alcohol. You've got alcohol. You've got alcohol. Are you picking up from the right location? Where are you picking up alcohol from? Yeah, customs cargo out. Yeah, you should be able to pick up alcohol. Is this blocked or anything like that? There's a little truck hidden in there, but you're picking up clothes. So there is a connection to there. So why are you not getting alcohol? Oh, he's got alcohol now. He just needed a little bit of a shove. Yeah, there are times with this game when I kind of want to bang my head on the floor. Wow. Well, we're getting over 21s. It means I really need to get this area set up. And now the next thing I want to do is actually put in the power supply. Be sure we got a terminal here. What I'd like to do is make this look reasonably tidy. We come into here and we got the resources for this. Power substation. The road's going to be about there. And, what I want is one about 200 meters, isn't it? Okay, maybe I can... It's going to have to come over this side, isn't it? If I put it... That's going to take it all the way up there. This is the only downside with these. I can put this... Say I put this about here. I mean, ideally, I could do with putting it, say, about here. If I can put this right behind here, kind of... Yeah, I think we can put it, say, about there. It's not the ideal location I was looking for, but I think it will work. So we can kind of bring this down like that. Just put a little, I think that's a gravel road, isn't it? And then what we should be able to do is hook this up. Sometimes what you've got to do is keep at distance so you can actually see things. I'm bound to forget. Oh, did I just buy that by accident? Oh, the reason I bought it is because I was half thinking that I wanted to get this marked for construction immediately. So we got power into the center now. And then what I'll do is bring other supplementary power down into other areas. So how much power have I actually got coverage here? Yeah, so we don't have power into this area. So I think this way, this time we're going to take a slightly more traditional approach. So you're up there. And I would like to have a little bit of overlapping power here. Kind of. We could put it in, say, there. That means I'd have to break that footpath. Is it being built yet? Yeah, it's just waiting for workers. Maybe not. Let me just put the housing in first. Residential. Now I'm going to go pretty big with this town. Because what I'm looking at is to get a population of, say, between 7 and 10,000 in this area here. So we're going to put some pretty high density accommodation in. 500. Well, that looks pretty cool actually. It's 550, but I don't like the roads on this. I suppose I could put it there. I must admit, I do really like these ones where you've got the footpaths. I just think it fits more with the way we've got here. 300 and... Oh, I think we could put a footpath there. I could put... Let's just put some blocks down here. I'm not going to build them all. I want it to be far enough away so behind this. And this might give you an idea why I've got the two sets of shops now. I'll straighten this up a little bit. And we can get 1, 2... We get a 4th on the end there. Yes, we can. Well, that's pretty good. And the power supply actually comes down to about here, which is good. And then what we can do is just come in, have that footpath in a little bit like that. And then, again, I'm not going to connect it just yet. This is town planning, because my first residences I want, because this is all future planning. The hub of the town is going to start here, simply because what I want is to have enough residents to make sure we heat the place. So let me just get into here. This, wow, how big's this? 698 workers. I think here we're actually gonna, let me just put a footpath in up here. You can strike off about there and through to about there, and you can come through like that. I think we're going to have everything coming off of here is going to be footpaths, and we'll have a service road behind for anything else. Then again, I don't need this, is it? Because if I put accommodation up here, yeah, I think that will work actually. I think up here we're going to put slightly smaller blocks. The reason for that is that I want to be able to have a bit more flexibility should I allocate population to it. Actually, that's going to be a bit cramped, isn't it? Oh, I might be able to get it in there. We just put that there. Of course, we got the problem with. I think we can get you in close to the substation, and then we'll get another. That will work there. Actually, what I will do is we'll take out that footpath there, and I'm going to put in another road, say like that, to there. That means that this bus station will have two entrances, and I think I might be able to use that quite successfully. So we got that built. How's this road going? Okay, he's actually tarmacking. Is it? Yeah, they're getting there. So we've got a whole queue here. This is a product of the supply station. That what you end up with is a queue of dumpers here. I know, and bear in mind you should only do this if you have got loads of supplies. Don't do this if you've got marginal supply, construction supply materials, or you're importing. And what you can do is get these here. So what that means is this paver will keep pushing through there all the time. I've got a fire station here. Wow, okay. That sneaked up on me when I wasn't looking. Anyway, one thing at a time. First, we're going to want a couple of really fast trucks, because I need to be able to get out and do anything. I think we have one of those, and I think maybe we'll have a ladder just to make it look a bit. We got a ladder in there. Doesn't have power. Okay, so we're going to need to get a power supply in here for it to work. But fire stations will work kind of without power. I think to start with, I'm going to buy not a distribution office. I want. Yeah, we're. Oh, what are you doing in there? Get rid of you. I think we'll allocate you to there for the moment. There's no point you sat around doing nothing. I need dumpers. I want a minibus, preferably an 8-seater. I want something like with about an 8-seater at the moment. And your job is going to be... Oops, someone can't launch. We're going to pick up... Oops, thank you again. Pick up there and send you to there. We're just going to load workers. I mean, eventually I will... Oops, we had a fire. Where was that? Nice safe area. Just clear the messages out. Fire. Got a new vehicle. Another last chance to buy. Yeah, we need a power supply in here, so I do need to put the complementary in here. Make sure this is done. So I will get to the power station, I promise. I just want to do things... Actually, could I do it like that? No. I think... Can I go underground again? I don't want power lines running through there. I'm quite happy for power lines. If I put this in a kind of a slight angle like that, that would give an overlap to that substation. I think that will work. I mean, I know it's a bit kind of oblique. What we're going to do is just run you up here, then run you into there. We really need to get this built. Power station here, but it's not connected. What's up with you guys? Gosport Road crew. I think we're just going to double that up, see if we can get... Actually, I might give these guys... How many buses have you got? You've got no buses. That's a bit of a fail, isn't it? I'm sure somebody's already put a comment into that. We're going to need to get workers into here, so we're going to go back up to here and find a bus. And at the very least we can do is get power station working. Until we got that power connection, it's not going to contribute to the grid. So just turn you off. Of course, we're probably going to need educated workers here as well. Let's have a quick look. Make sure, has this got... No, it only just requires normal workers. That's good. Well, we've built, let's say the power lines are in. Wow, we've had another fire. Where's that from? Nearly there. I mean, we're in June. I mean, what I'm going to do is put the agro farm here. If I can get that built before March, actually, I think what I'll do is we're going to speed this up a little bit. And I think maybe laying asphalt roads out through here was a bit of a mistake. So just punch that up there. I think these are gravel. Oh, this is asphalt as well. Ah, they're all asphalt. Okay. Get rid of this. I think this is a little bit too extravagant. It's slowing the process up too much. I'm just going to take you out. And like that. And then we're... what I'm going to do is run that past to there. You up to there, you up to there, and you out to here. Then you can hook into there, you can hook into there, you can hook into there. And that should speed the overall process up. Right, we've got some workers in here. It says there's no power supply, but actually what I should have done, somebody said that if you press control, you can actually not get the road connection. So what we can do is downgrade you to gravel as well. This is being built. This is being built. We've got this in here. Got the shop being built. Bus station here. So we got this built. Right, we've got power. Let's make sure we've got everything connected. Okay. We have power. Right, let's go for the acid test. Export. Just wait for it to the power station to power up. Yes. We are now exporting electricity. Yes. I really like this building. I built it up in a test map just to see what it looks like. I think it looks really awesome. I mean, I really take my hat off to the person who made this because it is a fantastic building. Unfortunately, there's not many maps that you could actually get this on. I mean, I even had to squeeze it a little bit to get it on this map, but I think it's really, I mean, I know some of you will say it's a cheap hydroelectric power because you're just getting lots of power from just having workers in it, but I think it's just worth it for the building, to be honest. Anyway, just want to check my economy. I just want to make sure, look at that, we're exporting power. And if I go right up to the extremities, yeah, so we've got no power problems. This is, oh, this is Hellas Construction. Okay, turn you off. You're going to do nothing for the moment. Who's building this then? Haven't road crew. Okay. I think that might be part of the problem why I've got problems building this up here. Back to here. We're playing a little bit of catch up now. I think just to finish this video off, I'm aware time is pushing on. We've got power to there, but eventually we will put another power substation in, say, up here. But just to finish this off, of course, the big thing we need to get in is we can't really move anybody into this area until we've got heating. Where can I put the heating in? I would like to cover this whole area here. I can't remember. If I come into mods, heating transfer, when we can send the heat, where is it? We could send the whole, all the heating underground as well. I think it goes this way round, doesn't it? We could put a heating plant in and then go completely underground. I think I'm not just trying to remember how it works now. I want that. We can get that in there, so we could bring this in like underground here. Oh, we got fire. We got fire. Oh, this is a bit dodgy. Come on, fire crews. Okay, let me put the heat exchanger in first. And I'd like it to be, say, about here, so that it covers the main part of the town. But at the same time, I want to have the option to be able to build this out. Because what I'm kind of thinking is that we'll have one on each side like this. So maybe if I put this in, that will cover the fire station. So maybe if I just bring this in a little bit, like that. And then what we need then is the mod. Because what we need is, this comes this way, if I remember correctly. And then what you do is hook up, put paths that way. So what you do is you put this in. I'm not sure if this actually takes big pipes though. And then what you should be able to do, Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There is no hill here, game. And what that should do is connect to there, and then what we should be able to do is I want to go like go out a little bit, and then you come that way. Whoops. Trim you back a little bit. This is the small pipe I picked up by accident. Let me just... I think I might have put the wrong pipe in here, hadn't I? Just delete you. Because we certainly want a big capacity pipe here. And we're just going to bring you out a little bit, take you over the road, and then run you along the edge of the road here. Again, I'm going to keep it high. Wow, probably not that high. Let's take this out again. Actually, just cancel it. That'd be the quickest way to do it. And I'll put it in again. Again, up. Yeah, we'll just accept that. And it means I can then run you. I'm going to pick you up for the height of the road. And whoops. And then we can bring it down probably one level like that. I just want to keep the height here against the, should I decide to put anything in this area. And then, nope. And then we get that in, so we're going to have to come in. I can get that there, so we get a sharper angle in there. Or accept that. So we've got heating in, we've got things being built. How busy are my construction offices now? Okay, you've literally run out of jobs. You can go into that. And these can be filler jobs until such time as I've... you're out of work now. I think I want to like to start... Actually, let's just... Can't build that. We can't build that. This needs to be built. We can start building that. And in here somewhere is a power line. There it is. And that can go to the Gosport construction crew. Get that built. I built that by accident, didn't I? What's this here? Well, it's certainly, this is an unfinished road. What's this? I think I'm just going to finish that because that looks like a bit of road that can often get a bit blocked off. I think we're... I'll assign you to Portsmouth South construction. We've still got a lot of footpaths to catch up with. And I certainly would like hospital. We'll assign the hospital to Portsmouth South construction. We'll also assign it to the supply crew and Gosport as well. What are you picking up on at the moment? I think what we're going to do for now is we're actually going to start getting these guys to deliver to buildings as well now, so that we can get things put together. I wouldn't mind that being built as well. So I'm doing my usual. I'm just loading everything up. Got 1.3 million. Let's have a quick look round. Let me just see. I don't want to build this because I want to have a surplus so I can really build up the population really quickly in this area here. We can put in a kind of like a cross like that. Don't want too many crossing points in here, but we'll put a few in like that to that to that. I mean, so many footpaths to build. How are we doing out here? Okay, I think the problem we've got now is something. What's up with this? I think the problem is this road's so long. He's going to get there. Yeah, I should have split this road and built it in 2 sections, but it's too late now. Power supply in here. And we'll get this built. We got this being built. We've got the heating plant being built. Or pipe work can be built as well. And then what I want to do is get this core infrastructure in place. We got a little bit of culture. I suppose what I could do is think a little bit about sport. Let me just see. A little bit of a gap here. Where is it? Sports playground. Oh, look at that. Right on this corner. I like that. Actually, just had a sudden thought. Heating. Yeah, it just gets to the school. We don't need to heat the warehouse. Not school, the shopping centre here. So we got some sport, we got some culture. We've got the food will come from there and there. I think when our farm is there. Oh, one thing I did forget. It's going to be a bit close. How's the food supplies in the warehouses? You've got 14 tons of food. Yeah, I think we're going to make it. This one's going to be a bit tight, but we've got plenty of over 21s to fill in the gap here. We're certainly going to need to get the passenger port operational down here eventually, but the number one priority has got to be this agro farm. And I want to just get these 2 bits of road built out here, and then we can get the agro farm. Then we can get the agro farm built by March 1969. I can lay in the rest of the fields. That means we'll have another farm feeding the crops up into probably this area to start with. Because what I want to do is make this into a food production area, which will supply the food to both Gosport and Portsmouth. Let's have a look. My power station. I really like this. And how much money are we making now? Have a quick look. Exports 6,000. How much we did last month? Well, yeah, well, I mean, we're doing okay, and the money's flowing in. There are limits to what I can do. I mean, I have put in a construction office out here because we're going to need this. We're probably going to need about 4 construction offices down here eventually, well, plus the ones we've already got. Although I'll probably decommission the Gosport one because he's getting a bit too far away now. What we're going to have is 4 construction offices in here because we've just got so much to build. And I've just realised that I'm starting to go over long on this video. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.